All right, so I want to kind of dig in on what all the things we do at Coyote to really try to help people make progress. And there's a lot of things that we do that people probably don't realize. Everybody looks at the workouts or the programming, and that's kind of the buzzword that people use for why they make progress is the programming, or maybe they'll talk about coaching. But there's so many other aspects of it that are extremely important, and to me, that's what really allows people to make progress at Coyote consistently, and that's why there's so many super fit people in here. You know, we were top 100 in the world as far as quarterfinals athletes at a gym, consistently been the top gym in the state in the open. We have people that do really, really well at all the local competitions. That's the competition side. You know, we have walls and walls of success stories of people losing weight, getting in shape. And the thing that prides me the most about all that is that there's a lot of people who come to Coyote and say, this is the first gym I've ever been a part of where I've really been able to make the progress that I wanted to make. And that's not an accident. There's a lot of things that go into it more than just the workouts. And so that's what I kind of want to break down today, the things that we do, and also the systems that we put in place to kind of help people do that. Because I firmly believe that most gyms, if you look at the people in most gyms, and you look at the fittest people there, they're going to be fit no matter what gym they're a part of. If they weren't a member at that gym, they would be fit somewhere else. Or if they weren't a member at, at this gym, they would have been a member at another gym and be fit there. What really sets gyms apart is the people who are members who are making progress because of the gym, not just because of who they are. Because there are a lot of people in this world who are very self-motivated. They're going to be fit, they're going to be healthy, they're going to make progress no matter what, and they just choose to be members of certain gyms. And I think that a lot of gyms, or most gyms probably, those are that's their bread and butter. That's what keeps the doors open, is those people, because they choose to work out at that gym. And, I was a member of Global Gym for years, and I saw a lot of people in there that you would consider super fit, and that gym's closed, but I still see those people. They're just a member at another gym now, and they're still super fit. It wasn't the 24-hour gym that they were a part of that was the reason for their success. They were the reason for their success. They just happened to be a member of that gym, if that makes sense. And so what I always think about is how can we, I know there's certain people that are going to be fit no matter what we do. They're motivated, they're driven, they're consistent, they're going to make progress. It doesn't matter what I throw up on the board, they're going to show up, they're going to do it, they're going to be fit. But how can we reach those other people who need all these parameters in place? They need the extra accountability to be able to achieve their goals. How can we reach the people that haven't been able to do it other places? So to me, that's the sign of a winning gym, and I feel very confident, and I know that that's the case at Coyote, and so I kind of want to break down all the things that we do for that. So basically, I look at it, there's three pillars for making progress for any one person. The first one is consistency, and I put parentheses workouts here. So number one, you're never going to make progress if you're not consistently going to the gym, okay? And so also, part of that is what you're doing while you're at the gym, so what type of workouts you're doing. Now, like I said, there's people that are going to be fit no matter really what workouts they're doing. They could be doing just weightlifting, they could be doing just cardio, they could be doing a mix, they could be just doing CrossFit, whatever they decide to do, they're going to be fit in spite of what they decide to do. But what is important is that they're doing something that's consistent, that's going to keep them showing up for a long period of time, for an extended period of time, for years, okay? Because we know to live a healthy, fit lifestyle, you have to be consistent over a period of years. And so that comes back to number one, workouts. It has to keep people's attention. It has to keep people engaged and interesting. That's one thing I think about every week when I'm doing the workouts. I want at least one or two of the workouts a week for people to look ahead and say, ooh, that looks like fun. I can't wait to do that. There's always going to be the ones that I joked about this other day at the gym. This is the day you got to show up and take your medicine. Okay, it was a thruster burpee workout. It's not something I was looking forward to do. A lot of people weren't looking forward to do. It's important to have those hard days where, I'm just going to take my medicine and it's not going to be fun. I'm going to show up. But then there's other days like today's a workout that looks really fun to me. The reps are lower. It's one of those where you can keep moving. And it's one of those that you look forward to at the beginning of the week. And man, that looks exciting. But it also has to be challenging. It has to be keep you stimulated. That's what people love so much about CrossFit, is there's so many aspects of it that keeps people coming back for more. I want to get better. You start and there's all these different skills. I want to learn double unders. I want to learn how to do toes to bar. I want to learn how to do butterfly pull-ups. And then I want to learn how to do muscle ups. I want to learn how to walk on my hands. And then you start working and chipping away at doing all these things, and they take a long period of time. And after a while, develop this really healthy and fit lifestyle, just because you're trying to get better at all these different aspects. So it's extremely important that the workouts are engaging and fun and keep people coming back. But what's also extremely important is that they don't beat people into the ground, they don't get people hurt. And that's where CrossFit has gotten such a bad name. Is in the past, there's a lot of gyms that would just kind of throw workouts up on the board. Oh, look, so they'd sit down Sunday night, let's write this workout up on the board and for the whole week, and without thinking about what we did last week, what the rep scheme looked like for the week, how much pushing, how much pulling, how much weightlifting are we doing, just kind of throwing stuff up on the board. Now, it's gotten so much better, and a lot of gyms are outsourcing their programming, and there's a lot of great programming out there now, but it's still extremely important that the program is doing enough to keep people engaged and making progress, but not too much that people are getting hurt all the time. And so other things we put into place outside of that to encourage consistency is we do tons and tons and tons of mobility, and we keep adding more and more of it, because I know the thing that's going to get people off their routine more than anything is an injury. If their shoulder starts bothering them, their back's bothering them, their knees bothering them, they're going to fall off, they're going to quit coming for a month or two, and then it's going to, if they come back, which a lot of times they don't even come back, but if they do come back, it's going to take them another couple months to get back to where they were, and next thing you know, they've lost 4 to 6 months of progress that they could have been making. So everything that we do is geared towards, as far as keeping people healthy, is how can we keep people from getting injured? How can we keep people healthy? That's why we spend so much time doing mobility, and why I harp on the stretches and the mobility, the prehab routines that we do before the workout, the cool down stretches we do after. We do extra mobility session 1 day a week now. I always encourage people to do more mobility. Always do, if anybody has any type of pain, I'm always looking at their body to do some soft tissue work, because I know how extremely important it is to knock that out as quick as possible, because if we don't, they're going to stop coming and they're not going to be consistent. Okay, so the program not only has to be good and encouraging and helping people make progress and helping them make PRs and helping them do well in their competitions if they're doing that, or helping them lose weight, which constantly very functional fitness at relatively high intensity checks all those boxes, but it also has to be laid out in a way that it's not going to get people hurt all the time. And you can tell the efficacy of a gym's program, in my opinion, by how many people have been coming for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. If there's just this constant churn of people coming in and out, it's because people are either not getting results, or they're getting hurt. And so I'm very proud of the fact that we have people that we just do our benchmark shirts. I had to order a lot of 1,000 workout shirts, order some 1,500 workout shirts, some 2,000 workout shirts, a ton of 500 workout shirts. That's years of consistency. So that's something I'm very proud of. Another thing that we do a lot of other things for encouraging consistency. If people haven't been in, by Thursday of a week, our coaches are reaching out, texting them, checking in with them. Hey, where are you at? Hopefully we can get you back in soon. Every month we have attendance benchmarks that we post, the committed and super committed clubs, and we give away a shirt to one person from those clubs every month to encourage people. We shout them out, hey, you were committed, you came 4 days a week, or hey, you were super committed, you came 5 days a week. We also have the benchmark attendance things that we do. So those are the shirts we have at 200, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. This fall we'll have people moving up to 2,500 workouts, which is amazing. We try to shout that out, celebrate that to people. We also do the 50 workout challenge at the end of the year, so people can win a shirt if they come during the busiest time of year. We're launching a new summer challenge for people to, they can win a Stanley type mug with Coyote Fitness on it if they come 40 times over the summer and also track their protein those days. So we're constantly thinking about ways we can help people stay committed, stay consistent. We want people coming at least 4 days a week. We know if they come 4 days a week consistently over a long period of time that they're going to make progress. We're always trying to think about how can we keep people consistent. So we put all those parameters in place. We don't just write the workouts on the board and hope people come this week and do the workouts, and then we'll see you next week. Here's some more workouts. There's so much more depth to that. So that's the first part. You have to have consistency inside the gym, and you got to be doing a good program to make progress over a long period of time. The last thing I'll say on that is there's a lot of people who will be doing a program, making progress for a while, and then they plateau. And because the program is kind of consistently is doing the same thing. That's something that I ran into when I was working out on my own, doing weight training, doing 3 sets of 10 or whatever. back and bis, chest and tris, all that type of stuff. A lot of guys are familiar with that. Well, eventually you get to the point where if you're not changing things up consistently, if it's not a dynamic program, if you're not focused on lots of different things, you're going to eventually plateau. And that's one thing that can happen to a lot of people is they're doing the same type of training over and over and over again. They hit a plateau. Okay, so that's something that's extremely important for the program as well. So that's consistency. Number 2 is diet. Okay, we talk about diet a lot. We talk about it from their on-ramp. We talk about it to people all the time because we know that the diet is going to give people the body composition changes that they want. Most people join the gym because they want to see their abs or they want to lose 20 pounds. And we know that it doesn't matter how fit they are, how strong they are, if they're not happy with with the progress they see in the mirror or in being able to fit in the clothes that they want to fit into, they're not going to be happy. And so we want people really to do that. And we also know that's what's going to contribute to their health. Help them live longer, help them avoid sickness, help them have more energy throughout the day, help them improve their work, have more energy at home. There's two parts of it. There's quality and quantity. Okay, the quality comes down to the health aspect, cutting out the crap, cutting out the sugar, cutting down on the alcohol, cutting out the refined stuff, cutting out all the foods with all the preservatives, trying to eat more natural food, trying to eat more clean food, trying to drink more water, trying to cut down on the Cokes and all that type of stuff. All that stuff is the quality aspect of diet. And then we talk about the quantity, which is what's going to help people change their body composition. That comes down to macros. And really what I focus on with the vast majority of people is just calories and protein. If they can get those 2 things locked in, I know they're going to make progress over their body's going to change. The biggest change I see in people in their body composition is when they start tracking their protein. If they've been coming to the gym consistently and they haven't been tracking their protein, and all of a sudden they start tracking their protein and hitting close to their body weight and protein consistently, that's when I see their body change tremendously. The only other thing that comes close is when people cut back on or cut out alcohol. Those 2 things are the biggest movers for changing body composition. So we have this challenge this summer. We're encouraging people to come to the gym 40 times and hit their body weight and protein grams 40 times. And I know I'm also encouraging people to scan in before and scan in after. We're giving them a free scan before and after because I know that if they do that, they're going to see tremendous change in their body. Some people will probably put on 5+ pounds of muscle because they've been working out and breaking their muscle down, but they haven't been giving their body the nutrients to be able to build that back up. So I always use the analogy of a building built out of bricks as protein. So your body's the building, the bricks are the protein. Your body, when you work out, it's like you're knocking out a wall of the building. You're breaking your body down when you work out. And in order to rebuild that wall bigger, that room bigger with more, you're going to need bricks on the side. And so you need that protein because your body's going to break down that protein, turn it into amino acids. That's the only way you're going to be able to rebuild that wall bigger. That's the only way you're going to be able to rebuild your muscle stronger, with your body stronger with more muscles if you have enough protein, if you have enough amino acids. If not, what's going to happen, and it's a vicious cycle, your body needs those aminos to repair its muscles from somewhere, so it's going to break down other muscle for those aminos, and so you're going to be, they call it going catabolic. You're going to be breaking down muscle to be able to rebuild other muscle. And so you're always fighting this losing battle of, I'm trying to get stronger, but my body's breaking down muscle in order to repair the muscle I just worked on. So you can change all that by simply getting enough protein. So that's the quantity. So calories, protein, quality of food. Those are the things that we encourage people. And so we have the Beachbody Challenge to do that. We do that twice a year. We have one-on-one nutrition coaching, which we will really work with people on that. We constantly put stuff out. I want to continue to put that stuff out as far as what we encourage for nutrition. We talk about it in the gym all the time. We make it a priority because we know how important nutrition is. And we want it to be a place where people can not only know what to eat, but also have the accountability and keep it top of mind for people so that they will continue to make progress and continue to want to eat right. The last is accountability, and I touched on this before, but it's a system. It's the fittest people in the world, like I mentioned earlier, are going to be fit no matter where they work out because they have their own self-accountability. They have their own self-drive. They have their own reason why they're doing it, and they know deeply why they're doing it. When I first started working out, it's because I wanted to get stronger for baseball because I was tired of being skinny. I didn't need anybody else checking in with me to see if I was going to show up to the gym 4 days a week. I had a goal. I showed up 4 days a week because I was holding myself accountable. But as I get older, that can waver. You know, things happen. I have 2 girls now. I have a lot going on with work. It's easier for me to say, I'm not going to work out today. So I need that accountability from other people to hold me accountable so I will consistently show up. And for a lot of people who have never been able to develop that healthy and fit, consistent lifestyle, they need that accountability starting out. And so that's where the tracking the attendance comes in. That's where the coach is reaching out to people, making sure they show up comes in. That's where members know we have a culture of accountability where if somebody's not showing up, we're going to reach out. They're going to reach out to them on top of the coaches because, hey, we missed you in class. Come on in. It's a community of people who want to get better. They encourage each other. And so they're going to try to hold each other accountable to show up and not only show up and work out, but show up and give a good effort. Show up and give the best effort that you have that day. Don't just show up with a bad attitude and go through the motions and complain the whole time. Let's show up with positivity. And so there's accountability parameters that we put in place. It's systemized. Okay, we have a system of tracking and measuring accountability. So these are the 3 pillars. Okay, if you can be consistent, if you can get your diet in check, and you can put accountability in place, you will make progress. And the more parameters that you put in place to make sure it's done, the better off you're going to be. So that's why I know that so many people make progress at Coyote, is because a lot of these things are going on under the surface. It's like seeing you see the workouts and you see the coaching, and all that stuff is extremely, extremely important. And that's like seeing the duck swimming across the surface of a lake, but what you don't see under it is the legs kicking the duck. And that's all these other systems that are in place that help keep the duck floating. And all those things that we put in place are the things that are going to help people continue to make progress, because all the little things we know are going to add up, and we want to make sure all three of these things are checked off for each one of our members.